Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is your girl Ashley Wells coming at you with my conspiracy theorist channel. So this one is a little bit different, guys. I cannot lie. It's very rarely that I'll cover a topic that actually makes me super nervous, but this one does. This one does because this actually kind of got me into the whole conspiracy theories and supernatural stuff. Well, I should say supernatural stuff outside the other stuff, the Bigfoots and things like that. So this is I'll tell you what, I'm pretty sure we all have heard, you guys have heard, what goes around comes around. Karma's a bitch. Be careful what you wish for, whatever may have you. We've all heard those type of little gimmicks and sayings, but what if they truly have an actual meaning? Now, many of us, we do believe in the whole karma cryptic energy where you do something bad to someone, you harm someone or threaten, whatever may have you, that same energy that person protrudes against you or on you ends up backfiring and hitting that attacker or hitting that aggressor or abuser in tenfolds. And in many cases, guys, this happens with the person, the aggressor may have you, is injured, effed up, or gets dead, gets killed. Um, ooh, I kid you not, like, we've all been there where we experienced someone, bad relationship, bad bully, bad co-worker or something like that, and they may have had like a little something happened to them. It makes you a little chuckle a little bit. But guys, honestly, there is a group of individuals. I'm not going to say like a group like there's exclusive, because a lot of these people don't even know, but they are the chosen. They've been called the chosen. Some people actually call them black cats, red eyes, truth tellers. There's this chosen few people, whatever, that may have some type of mystic energy to them, to where it's just a little bit more protruded in them than others. So in like directly, if you harm them or say something bad to them or whatever may have you, that energy comes back against that person who created or caused those actions, and it actually messes them up. Yeah, I know it sounds cuckoo, it sounds crazy, up until I had a roommate that shed her story on me, and to the point to where I also see it. I also saw it. I saw it personally. Her story was, and what's so interesting, her story came in threes, guys. Two of them I was present to experience. The other one, we were no longer around each other, so I don't know. But in this case, she came off hard times. She had to get into a roommate situation, and she ended up moving in with her high school best friend. They were still talking. They were still okay, friends and stuff like that. So, they move in together. Now, ironically, the other high school friend, she was into a relationship, but once the buddies moved in together, then the boyfriend was like, oh no, I need to get up in this. So he moves back in the house with the girls. Everything is okay, but apparently this guy is a dick. He's doing all kinds of messed up, jacked up things to my associate, my former associate. He's just doing all kinds of rude stuff, walking around butt naked, flapping his penis. Now everything was penis related with him, so everything you can imagine. Sorry guys for the guy viewers, but I gotta give the deets. But doing all kinds of crazy things that was related to Mr. Johnson. So literally, needless to say, again, he was a dick. So she just got tired of it. She got tired of the mockery. She respects the sanctity of relationships and all that stuff. So she moves out. She moves in with me. She moves in with me. I want to say this was a little after August, and we're just kicking back. And she did vaguely tell me the story of what she was experiencing there, but she did not go in full details. Up until then, guys, we're sitting in the living room, kicking back, enjoying some shots, and guys, the news coverage hit that this guy, the boyfriend, was dead. Dead. He died almost exact year to the day when she moved in my place. Dead. And I ain't gonna lie, I looked at her like, did you kill him? You did stay a couple of nights out late, Did you handle some business I need to know about? But no. And the ironic thing is, this guy dies being a dick. So he was taking care of himself under the influence of heavy alcohol and pills, and he had a massive, massive heart attack. Yeah, the ironic of it. But now this is the thing, guys. With those individuals, they tend to, it's like when these bad things happen to these people, it's in the reflection of that energy that they were portraying onto to that person, to the innocent. So I'm just going to say the innocent versus the aggressor. So her being the innocent, she's completely freaked out, completely. And I do recall, man, the life of being an apartment dweller. But I do recall when I had first moved into a different apartment complex before her, I do recall me and my neighbor, we're just chatting it up. And we, at that time, guys, we had the most despicable excuse of, the aggressor. The aggressor neighbor was just rude. She was playing loud music all the time. She was very disruptive, very aggressive, very rude, very mean. And she caused a nuisance to the entire building. Like we just went through the massive with this chick, right? Loud guests, just it's like what literally, but let me get back into it, guys. So we end up getting similar to like this one. We end up getting a hell of a snowstorm, but it wasn't, I don't think we were category 3. I believe that snowstorm was like 2, but what made it bad was the city was very late with treating the roads. So the roads were still pretty messed up. So I end up, my dog, he was a little pup at the time. So everybody spent their time early in the day uncovering their cars and digging their cars out. Mine was already done. My neighbor's, the innocent, she was done as well too. So I'm kicking back and I get knocked at the door. My neighbor tells me that, do you not know that girl, the aggressor, cannot get her car? Her car was stuck, and then when she was trying to get her car out, she ended up hitting another neighbor's car. The irony. And had the nerve to try to hurry up and clean this mess up and dip or move her car somewhere. She tried to ask the innocent, my other neighbor, if she can use her shovel. She had a snow shovel. If she can use her snow shovel to help dig her car out. So the innocent, my neighbor, she didn't even answer the damn door. This is the one time, she lived right across from me too. That's the one time I wish I had a door camera, because I've been loving to see her knock on that door, try and beg for that snow shovel. But the irony of it, right? So, this woman was just mad rude. And from what I heard, I do remember her knocking on other doors or something. So, and no one helped her. Nobody. Because we all had our cars uncovered and shoveled out at that point. Nobody helped her. So she had to reap the repercussions of her hitting the guy's car. And then too, just being stuck looking like an idiot. Because she couldn't lie. Her car was like right there in the guy's car. Like right in there. So yeah, and another one, guys, and this is the one that probably really got me, was the innocent, my former roommate. She had took a cool job, Fortune 500 company offering big bucks. She distinctively asked the interviewer, okay, will this be a stable position? Was this something relatively I can see myself possibly retiring from? Blah, 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 blah. A woman's lying her ass off, the interviewer, lying her ass off. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. We have a lot of longevity here. Yeah. I think we all heard those stories, right? She wasn't even there a week, folks, and the company announced that they were going under. And this is what's crazy. She left a decent job. You know what I'm saying? So she could have literally just stood where she was at, but she took it on that woman's word, and she knew it. That interview woman knew it. So what ends up happening, guys, is that actual interviewer ends up getting jacked up, literally. Found herself leaving the Walgreens. This was on the news as well too. Found herself leaving Walgreens and got jacked right then and there, and almost got beaten to death. And the ironic thing is, one of the people who they caught was one of her former employees. Yeah, with that company that was going under. It scared the hell out of me. I was like, at that point, just sitting next to her watching these news feeds, I was just like, I don't know if we're going to be friends much longer, girl. You might have to move out, because I'm terrified to even say hi to you at this point. The last one, and she calls me. At this point, she moves out, guys. She moves out, calls and tells me that she was dating a guy. He was a bit abusive. Actually, that was the guy she ended up moving out of my place to live with. The guy was very abusive. She was at work crying her brains out. There was nothing in the forecast at the time stating that there was going to be rain, but it eventually did come in within, the following hours of the morning or something like that. Again, she wasn't living in my house though at this time, guys. So she tells me that she's crying her brains off, telling her HR people, I don't want to call the police because she's going to work. She ended up going to work with some scratches on her neck. And dude took off. First of all, he dropped her off with her car to work, takes off. He ends up getting in a terrible wreck. Now, mind you, when he gets in that wreck, guess what? It's raining. It's raining. And she said, straight up, I think that was in reflection of my tears, of my pain, of my hurt. A little bit ironic, could be just a coincidence. I don't know, but this girl had 3 crazy situations that all reflected with people kind of doing her wrong, being interesting to her, you name it. So maybe there is some chosen folks out there who got this gift, this aura to them, to where they I don't know, you mess with them, may come back at you. I don't know. You tell me.